Okay, so I think it's helpful to just break down what divorce really even is from a legal standpoint. It was a big aha moment for me to understand that, and it really is. It's paperwork, right? So you have an agreement that's documented that you both sign. So it's a contract essentially, and then you need to file that with the court system to make it legal. So that's it in a nutshell. What is what is you know specific is how do you get into an agreement, right? And so I think I like to think about three different ways to get into an agreement. One is you and your spouse just sit down and kind of work it out together. That's sort of called a kitchen table divorce or an uncontested divorce.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's that. Then there's a mediated divorce, which basically I think of a mediator as being a facilitator or kind of the camp counselor that sort of helps y'all sit down, cut a deal, and then again document that and then file it with the court. Or you can do what I call the War of the Roses divorce, which is kind of what traditional divorce looks like, where both parties really lawyer up and
Mm-hmm.
start filing motions through the court system
Right.
to basically then ultimately have a lawyer sit down and negotiate a deal, document it, and file it. So the latter part is very inefficient, but it is what people really think of as divorce, right? So that's really what divorce is in my mind. What divorce.com does is we ask you a bunch of questions. So, demographic based questions about, where you live, who you are, your age, your kids, what are your assets, what are your debts, income, expenses, you name it. And then we also ask you, who should keep this house, or should we split this house and sell this house, or what's the kids custody schedule. We ask you kind of a lot of those types of questions, and then produce paperwork, and then we file it on your behalf. Divorce.com also has a team of mediators that essentially facilitate you guys getting an agreement, so that we can do all of that.
Mm-hmm.
We also use lawyers. So we use lawyers to do document reviews, or just if people have like legal questions they want answered. We have a network of attorneys, and so we're just kind of you know disrupting, if you will, the way that traditional divorce has worked so inefficiently.